How's it going, YouTube? So tonight we're just going to be having a look at this little thing. It's a supposed 5,000 milliamp hour solar USB charger. I've started pulling it apart already, but I thought I was filming, but I wasn't. So we will continue pulling it apart now. It's just pressed together and clicks together. As you can see, it's got a LiPo in it. Which I will endeavour to remove without ripping and wrecking everything. Okay, so it's got some double-sided tape between the LiPo and the solar cell. Now, little green light in there is indication that the solar cell is actually doing something. Take this rubber outer band out. See if we can pop the board out of it. No, the board's actually screwed in with tiny little screws. That rubber bit out. Just see if I can get the LiPo out. I'll come back. Alright, so that probably explains a little bit why it's struggling charge wise. It doesn't seem to have much capacity, and you charge it up and then it stops again. That's really soft and flexible there. It's actually like a little bit fat in places, so I say the fact that it gets left in the sun because it's a little solar powered one is one of the reasons to its actual downfall. So what I might do is, I've got some other LiPo cells laying around. We might drastically upgrade the capacity of it, only for a bit of a test to see how these outputs actually go, because there's no point doing it if it's got a low output, and we'll just buy a decent board that's got a better output. And might make another video on a sunny day with the panel to see if it actually does put out 200 milliamp hours like it says. The board's very simple. It's got pretty clear markings. It's got battery marked. It's got sun, positive and negative marked. I like that. Not solar, sun. Yeah. So that's what's going on with it. The little LiPo has expanded and died. So I managed to get the multimeter on it. It's still saying 3.7 volts. It did. Yeah, it did. 3.74, there you go. So it's still got a bit of grunt left in it, but it seems to have diminished massively in capacity. Whether it was just really low capacity to begin with, like a 5,000 milliamp hour LiPo in something like this should put out, you know, by the time it steps up from 3.7 to 5, you know, it still should put out a couple thousand, 2,000 milliamps, 2,500, no worries. It certainly wouldn't do that. Even with it laying in the sun, it wasn't any good to charge anything. So it's meant to have two 1 amp outputs as well. So we might just power that board with a different source and see what that does. But I'll see if I can't rig up this so we can see what the solar cell puts out. Alright, so I've gone the hands-free option. The little solar cell nearly putting out 6 volts just under a decent halogen work light. It's dull as out here otherwise, so it's a bit 2.3. That's funny, it goes up to 3.7 just with the light in the camera. So the little solar cell does put out some voltage. I can't imagine it being the most amazing thing, but judging by the way the cell's actually looking at, it's what I will do later on is power this just off an 18650 or put it on an 18650 single slot, just to see whether the USB outputs are actually worth playing with, and if they are, we might put it on a decent size bank of 18650s and use it as a just use the board and charge port, and just use it as a USB bank for powering GoPros and things like that when I want to do time lapses. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Can't remember how cheap it was. My mate got it from like an outdoors shop, and they got I think it was the Samsung Galaxy Note he tried to charge with it, and yeah, it was slow, didn't really charge it. These you can actually smell the electrolyte in the battery there, so yeah, it's definitely not super healthy. It's only marked there from where I've actually ripped the sticky pad off the side of it, so it's actually, yeah, it's a bit ripply inside there. Anyway, that's what's inside one. It's called an ES500. I don't know who makes it. It's made in China. It's got a patent. That's interesting. And yeah, supposedly 5,000 milliamp hour LiPo. I'm not going to test it. I'm just scared it'll go bang because it looks like it's damaged. I may even just discharge it until it's flat really slowly with something. I might leave that LED on actually. And just let it discharge out so it's not at risk of going boom. Thanks heaps for watching, guys. Catch us on the next video.